Well, we're almost there. We're almost at the end game for 2021. Welcome to Beers with Rich. I'm Rich, editor of Under the Radar Report. This week's beers is powered by Santa. That's right, the big man. And also by getting more bang for your buck. That's right, we're talking portfolios and some great little small caps to boot. Oh, geez, frothy. Another red ale. This and small caps and portfolios are a great way to insulate yourself against that Greek letter we're all familiar with now. That's right, Omicron. Here's to Bridge Road Brewers. Fat Man, red suit, big sack. Boy, that's a bit of a mouthful. Straight from Beechworth, Victoria. It's a long way from the North Pole. Look, boy, it's quite a full body. Yeah, as befits the big fella. It's quite full bodied. We love having exposure to individual companies. That's what we're here for. Some of the big guns of our 10 years of Under the Radar have made a huge difference for us and our subscribers. Whether it's Afterpay, Nick Scali, Pilbara Minerals, Macquarie Telecom, I could go on. The list does. And that's why you want to own individual companies. You want them to make the difference to you. Whether they're small or big at the right price is much better than owning ETFs. That's what it's about. It's about bigger bang for your buck. But, and there's always a but, and the but is that you know that the first stock you choose won't necessarily turn out to be Farlap. Maybe not even the second, maybe not even the third. The chances of getting a thoroughbred improve as you increase your number of stocks, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to improve our odds, and that's how you make a big difference to your to your returns. So in the current issue, we talk about minimizing. That's what we talk about in the current issue. So the portfolio manager, the idle speculator, comes up with some great tips, basically, minimizing that single stock risk by maximizing the possibility of a single stock reward, like Nick Scali. Like, he has a tiered approach that's easy to understand, but just as important, easy to follow. Like, it's really user-friendly, or as we like to say, subscriber-friendly. The stock of the week this week has also been innovative in developing a transformative business model. So Nick Scali, for those who might not remember, I mean, this is increased over 11-fold, or returned over 11-fold since we've first tipped it all those years ago. But basically, this company pioneered sourcing furniture at a price point and building to order. They minimised their working capital and protected their profit margins. But the point is that everyone's followed suit. I mean, these guys were genuine innovators. This week's stock of the week, they're doing a similar thing, but in a different industry. So it's more analogous also to manufactured housing. What these guys have done has created a production line where none existed before. And basically, they applied their trade successfully in Australia, and now they've taken that business model into the biggest market in the world. What's that? The US. The US of A. Where they celebrate Christmas like nowhere else. Here's to Christmas. And here's to another big stock we've promoted over the years that's come good, Afterpay. Like, it was particularly amusing when the company buying the BNPL giant changed its name from Square to Block. So Block, or as it's known now, Square, is going to list on the ASX early this year, so everyone's scrambling to understand it. But this is a clever marketing PR innovation, because this company's all about blockchain. Certainly that's what Jack Dorsey loves. So, but what's interesting as well is that Square, since doing the Afterpay deal, has fallen like a third. It's fallen from $289 US to below $200. So that says everything about don't follow the industry blindly, because fintech is a great industry, but there's increasing competition. Like only last week, PayPal claimed it's number 3 in BNPL. So there's increasing competition as well as regulatory risk. One area that I've talked about recently in beers, like I think 4 to 6 weeks ago, sometimes they all blur, but this stock doesn't. Let's just have a swig before we talk about the gaming stock Playside Studios. PLY is the code. So it's still early days, but this stock's doubled. It's doubled in a short time. And it looks relatively small when you look at it on the ASX market cap at 113 million, but don't let that fool you. It's actually, if you include the restricted shares that are in escrow until like next year, the real market cap's like 330 million. This puts on a forecast of around 30 times sales. That is rich. But the bottom line is that this company's doing deals with gorillas. Not with a gorilla, with a couple. 2 or 3, I think. And it's in an industry that's mooted to be worth 250 billion US. And that's a growing industry. So they're small deals, but like it's done a deal with 2K Games. They're the people that created Grand Theft Auto. And another deal with One True King, an influencer with 21 million followers. I'm not sure what that means, influencer with 21 million followers, but if they all buy Playside's Age of Darkness Final Stand, this could be it for this company. So it's certainly one worth. Years ago, I used to be a gaming analyst and I covered Aristocrat. And all the time, Aristocrat were trying to find another Queen of the Nile. That was a seriously good game. Like, it's often intangible, but when they find them, they are better than gold. So you can't talk about the markets without talking about a bit about Omicron, the new variant. So that's what we're talking about. That's why this week's issue is so important to read, because we talk about the portfolio approach, but also what small caps bring to the table is that they have like non-market related risk. So they are a great diversification for your portfolio. And what you're trying to do is find those sort of stocks that aren't widely known. So you get that improving market share, you get that double whammy. And that's what we're trying to do for people, is move them into areas where they wouldn't otherwise know about. And that's what beating the market's all about. So what's coming up? Oh my God, after that I need a fat man, red suit, big sack. Maybe 2. What's coming up? We've got sub picks coming your way, so we've got loads more like potential stocks like Playside. We've got a new stock coming up that we've been working on, a new industrial, and Christmas treats that I can't reveal. It's early in December. It's all to look forward to. Merry Christmas.